love the correlations between the scarcity with the cards and the scarcity with crypto. That just fits too perfectly. Speaking of, do we want to pop open a couple packs and
Yeah, I got a
check
couple
out
here
some of
I'll
the art?
open. Yeah, I'll do the Genesis pack, which I think this was, kind of a freebie unlimited pack that you guys have. So I'm sure there's less major hits in this one, but this is something, probably on the
So
lower
let me
spectrum
explain
of
that one real
purchasing
quick.
power.
So there's no actual hits in that other than the fact that you're hitting amazing education that gets people really started. So those were created because originally the whole, I mean, still the whole purpose of these cards is to educate people. But the problem was no one wanted to give away their cards. No one wanted to give away their packs. Even with my neighbor, I'd go to my neighbor because I'd been telling him about them forever. And I was like, all right, I'm going to hand you this pack, but you're going to rip it in front of me. Because if you pull like these certain cards, and I'm sorry, they're already going for so much money that I can't let you keep it. I'll give you another pack and you can rip that one in front of me. So these are the way for people to be able to pass these out. We've passed these out all over South America, all over the UK, all over, like they're going all over the world. So this is just a really simple, fun way for you to hand this to your waiter, to anybody and everybody, get them on that journey to the original conversation, but not have to worry about handing out a possible hit.
Love that.
Big hit.
Love that.
We'll still open it, even though there's no big hit, because I need to get spruce up on my education. Been in the space for a long time, but you start to forget some of the early concepts and why we're here to begin with. What's this guy? Which way we're here? What is
So here's the top. So the first card is your static card.
Okay.
That'll be in every pack.
Awesome. And it says why Bitcoin, the world is in a state of disarray with the broken monetary system at the core of many issues. Understanding both the problem and the solution is the golden ticket to thriving in the future. Bitcoin is a solution. Bitcoin trading card was created to be fun, simple, and engaging way to learn. So that is pretty awesome there. Let's take these sunglasses off so I can actually see the artwork. And then, yeah, we got some stuff that you would like to normally see. We got DCA, dollar cost averaging. We'll talk about how dollar cost averaging actually is one of the best investment theses for many people. Just buying blindly at once a day, once a week, or once a month and not trying to worry about price. Many people get too emotional in this space. We have the Bitcoin Standard here. This is the Bitcoin Standard book. That's awesome. What's this guy from the artist? Blockchain. That's pretty sweet, though. This artwork's cool. I'm going to have to take a closer look later. Freedom. We got currency. This is what we all hope to be at the end of 2025 during this bull market. Too much money to know what to do with. Buy more BTC trading cards. Tyranny. This is kind of,
for people to understand.
This is also very important for where we're leading into the presidential election and some of the policies we're seeing from, both sides, but one side more than others. So you don't want to make it political, but things are getting a little crazy out there for sure. And then we have only used by criminals. For those of you who don't know, when I first started in 2016, 2017, the government tried to get you away from Bitcoin because they said only criminals, drug dealers use it. At the time, obviously, that was one of the main use cases. But as we've seen, now the institutionals are on board. And this is why you have to pay attention to what people are doing and not what they're saying, because they're always going to want to make sure that they're getting the better end of the stick there. And then the last one is the resources. It looks like you got the Swan on there. Pretty sweet card. Maybe referencing the mining swan.com here. Do you know a little bit about
Bitcoin? So that's a Bitcoin exchange, Bitcoin only exchange, where they incentivize you as much as possible to cold storage your Bitcoin the moment you get it.
It's
Take it off the
not
exchange and
yeah, not your wallet, not your coins. We always say that if you can self-custodize, that is the way to do it. Use a ledger, use a treasure, whatever it is, and only have on sexes what you are trading. Obviously, you guys want to be speculators, degens, and trade. That's fine, but don't do that with the bulkier bags because those coins are at risk. We've seen Cryptopia collapse. We've seen Mt. Gox collapse. Mt. Gox is just now getting money. FTX, they're going to get some money back at the end of this year. But, Mt. Gox had to wait a decade. So I know you don't want your Bitcoin locked up for a decade. So just have your own wallet. It'll make it a lot better.
I don't know. Maybe for some of you degens, having your crypto locked up for a decade would do you some good, but.
And then we'll do one more pack real quick, and then we'll move on with this discussion and maybe get some information on what your links are if people want to buy some of these packs. The other one I have here is the Bitcoin pack Spirit of Satoshi. Now, is there any hit opportunities in this type of a pack?
Okay, so you're in the space. Take a look at the back of the pack. We've done something in trading cards that have never been done before. So we are the first 100% transparent trading card company. beyond Cardsmiths, beyond Panini, Pokemon. There's no one out there that does what we do when it comes to complete and total transparency. So we tell you exactly what we print, all the way down to the most common of common cards, which honestly is scarcer than most of the chase cards. We print the smallest print runs out of any trading card company in the world. I mean, it's a Bitcoin company, so we've got to go Bitcoin centric all the way. So you have a really good odds for a 1 of 1 in there. And then you've got some great odds for your 21, but even your base cards in that set and your parallel base cards are insanely rare
Wow,
compared
these are
to
very low limits. Yeah, it says each
yeah,
standard base
like
card is 556. Each hollow border base card is limited to only 445. Then you have an of 1000 hollow. There's only 2 cards of that variation. Of 500 hollow, 2 cards. Of 420 hollow, gotta love that number, 2 cards. Of 256, 3 cards. Of 121, 3 cards. Of 21, referencing Bitcoin, total supply of 21 million. I'm sure there's 1 card of that. It's probably a Bitcoin related card, would be my guess. And one
it's the
of one,
Satoshi
there's
card.
there you go. And then a 1 of 1, there's 13 variations. So very limited print runs on these. These are interesting because if this catches on, guys, or if Bitcoin continues to catch on, these are the type of cards that I would get graded by PSA and put on display and then see what happens in the future. And you could be one of the OGs for Bitcoin trading cards. Maybe eventually they'll make it to GameStop like we saw with Cardsmith and some of their currency series cards. Let's open
Got a
this
lot
and
of
see what
things
we
in the
get here.
works. So you're in the space. Have you ever heard of a one and done?
Yeah, just like they come out with a, I think there's some one and dones out there right now in GameStop. Like there's some clown series. So you're saying just like a one and done, like they create one art series and it's kind of over. They're not doing more series. They're not doing anything
No,
like
the
that.
actual card itself.
Oh, just
So
the artwork itself.
the artwork itself, a card that has really no parallels, no commons, no bases. You pull that card, whether it's out of 500, out of 1,000, out of 21, whatever that number is, that's literally it. You will never see a parallel of that card ever again. So when you're holding an out of, let's say 500, you're truly holding an out of 500. Like those Nashville cards, those are one and dones. There are no
Yep.
parallels any kind. So if you hold one, you hold 1 of 500 and there will never ever be another one. So that's something that I wish the hobby would do more of, and it's very rarely done, sadly, because they commonly make parallels after parallels after parallels of it. And yeah, it's got a different colored border and it's got a little variation here, a tiny variation there, but it's the same damn card reprinted over and over. Where
Yeah,
with the majority of what we do, it's one and dones.
Yeah, you're seeing that a lot with Victor Wembanyama on the NBA. Like Prison, for example, they have like the base, then they got the silver base, and they got the red base, the blue base. Like, yeah, it's limited, but you're finding that parallel on every single version. So really, you think it's a 1 of 1, and that one is a 1 of 1, but then there's a 1 of 10, a 1 of 15, a 1 of 20, a 1 of 1,000, a 1 of 100. So really, it's not all that rare for that photo, especially.
You guys are giving me Magic the Gathering PTSD.
Do you got the Blue
Wimbiano,
Lotus?
just a quick stat for you. Wimbiano, there's already been 189,000 Wimbianos PSA graded. 189,000
right.
PSA graded. So
Yeah.
how rare are they? Really?
Exactly. When really, even Tom Brady cards, the amount of rookie cards he had out there in circulation is a very small number. Even Mahomes is already a huge number because everybody's doing rookies, everybody's doing different variation of rookies and doing different serial numbers of rookies. So something to keep in mind, guys. Fake rarity. We see it in crypto sometimes. It's not the way to go. You want the real scarcity, and that might be here with these cards. So let's see what we got here. It's hard to see a little bit. We got the Bitcoin card. This is the halving card. Pretty sweet. I'm gonna have to get some sleeves for these. Now that I know how rare they are. Jeez.
Every card is a hit.
Should have bought more. The Uncommunist Manifesto education card. We got the Tyranny card, but this one obviously is from this set versus the Genesis set, so it does look a little bit different here. Bull market card, economics, learning what causes up into the right price chart that we see so commonly on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the other large caps in crypto. A different version of that freedom card that we saw in the Genesis.
So that is unalienable rights.
Yes.
So the freedom is a category.
Okay.
And then we have a bunch of different cards in that category. And so
nice.
That's how they're broken down, is by category. So education,
Awesome.
economics, tyranny, Bitcoin, all different categories, and you'll have different cards inside of that.
Well, this one looks interesting here. This looks like a cracked ice variation that I see in Pokemon, but here on these cards.
Oh, dope.
Oh,
This
damn,
is
you
the
pulled a
Adam
great
Beck
one.
Spirit of Satoshi, and it has like a cracked ice, almost prism look
Great
on it.
hit.
So that's got to be something.
So look at the back of that card. It'll tell you right there. That's your numbered hit.
Ranked number 90 of 121. Always look for your serial numbers there. That one's getting sleeved. Maybe that'll
Dude,
get
that's a hell
PSA
of a hit
graded and
right
put on my
there.
wall. There we go. We're live on stream. Gotta love it.
Yeah, that's a hell of a hit.
And then we have a Bitcoin Pizza Day. Everybody knows the infamous
Hell
the guy
yeah.
spending 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 pizzas. This one does have a little bit of hollow edging here as well. So this might fall into that category. We have the Fear, Uncertainty, and Doubt card. Really sweet artwork. I don't know who did this artwork, but that is dope. It says FUD on the big bear there.
Heck yeah.
And this has the hollow border as well.
I
And
might have to
then
buy
we
that
have-
off you for my crypto profile picture. That's my crypto or my handle on Twitter is FUD Crypto.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh, this one's cool. This is another hollow version dictatorship card and has all the mainstream media on it. I know you can't really see it, but in the
Nice.
background it has CNN, BBC News, NBC, CBS, Fox News. I mean, this rings very true to what we're seeing here in the political scene in the United States. And then
The
lastly,
fear
we
no,
have
I mean, speak no, hear no, see no evil on that one is probably my favorite concept I put out at all.
yeah, that is really
when it
cool. These
comes
are
to
really
the
cool
social.
artwork compared to, you know, I know the currency cards from Cardsmith have got a lot of popularity and they're in GameStop. That's probably why they're popular. The artwork in these is way more in depth and in tune with what's going on. And then the last one is, it says bear market. It's hard to see what's going on, but it looks like an apocalyptic scene going on in a cityscape. Maybe you have more insight to that. It also looks like there might be like a Game
Well,
of
crypto
Thrones
winter, right?
chair sitting there.
So that is the what you get, what crypto winter. So it's basically a frozen Wall Street while we're waiting
That
for
is
it to
crazy. Yeah, when I look
defrost, and
closer,
you've
you
got
can't
the
see it too
bull
much, but
is
there's a
sitting on a
dragon in the
throne waiting.
background. Yeah, this is awesome. Wow, you guys will go in depth with this. Well, we wanted to open a couple packs. Those are the 2 packs I opened. One, I'm gonna have to read the Genesis cards, the education on the background, and then 2, I'm gonna need to get some sleeves because guys, I just hit an of 21 just like that. You know, these are bought at Nashville, so this tells you another thing that's very important is you need to trust the card maker that you're not pulling all the hits out yourself. And I just got a hit from a random pack that I bought in Bitcoin Nashville. So I think that shows that the transparency on the back of the pack is actually portrayed in the realization that anybody has an opportunity with any pack to rip one of these good pulls.